Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mancillon. I wanted to welcome you and say hello and thank you for your presence. I thank you for your supporting the channel, for liking, sharing, commenting. I really appreciate your comment, your likes, for subscribing. And if you want a private session, you can consultation. You can send me an email, as well as thank you so very much for your donations. I wanted to discuss a few ideas. Is that I feel that really the last chance for anyone to make the choice for following the way of the heart or returning into the matrix, because the timeline is going to separate more and more. It is like there is a train, the Ascension train. For some of us are already in the train. There is no choice. We're already seated. We've made all the choice again and again and again and again and again and again and again. So we are seated in the Ascension train, but there are a lot of people walking by the train. But slowly the train is accelerating. At some point, they're gonna, if they don't make the choice to go on that train, we're gonna get to the end of the and they're going to see the train leaving, but yet there is no reason to worry, because each soul has already made the choice whether they're going to be awakening and ascending in this lifetime. And sometimes we have people that we love that have not chosen that, and so we have to know that whatever happens will be for their own highest good, and so they will follow their path. And to stay in 3D is not necessarily bad. Some souls need more experience in 3D. They will be going into a place where they'll be or they're going to continue. But as the dark controllers are removed, it'll be a lot easier in 3D. That even if we make the ascension, we're going to ascend within our physical body. It is very important to understand that. First, we have to liberate our consciousness, cleans up all our chakras so they can accelerate, straighten our silver cord, connect to our soul, our monad, and our Christos, Sophia, blend in those energy, and then we'll be ascending our physical body, which is quite a lot of work. So because the ego is the opposing force to the, because in 3 and 4D, which is illusionary world, we are 8 billion souls on this planet, but in 5th dimension we are only one soul evolving and growing, and we are responsible for that little part that is us, which is the whole. In truth, we are that which we are. I am that I am. Can never be we can never be something else than the I am, and never has been, never will be, never is, never will be anything else. In truth, it is all part of what we call illusion, the 3 and the 4th dimension, the world of separation. And the ego is about self-protection, it's about self-gratification, it's about self-serving purpose, about achieving personal success by any means. Yet when we come into this higher realization, and there is nothing wrong about fulfilling your own higher desire, but if you don't hurt anyone, so it's very important in the awareness of the unity, the path of ascension, we realize that what we do to one, we do to all. We do to ourselves and to all, which is not what is known within this world. So it's important to be detached emotionally and not be dependent on all the facade. It's very, very important to follow your own rule, your own life, your own light, your own inspiration, your own creativity. And not to blame yourself for whatever, or anybody else for what happened in the past. Everybody did the best considering what they had. It's that we all exist at different level of ignorance. And so offer forgiveness for yourself and for others, and considering the fact that the law is perfect, and everybody we are the sum of all our choices within our consciousness, and our choices, our thoughts, our words, our deeds, our intentions, all of that will be mirrored perfectly by the law. Everybody, nobody, there is no place in the universe when one can escape the consequences of their actions. So it is just the truth is eternal. So it's like the creators let the past unfold before they bring back things to the truth. So we have to be opening ourselves to replace our illusions, our beliefs, eventually from the truth. But the truth can be, there is only one truth, but there is lower level, mid-level, and higher level of truth that we can perceive. And at first there is all the shadows there is a lot of darkness that is about to be revealed in the collective humanity, in the forefront of the collective humanity, through the Hollywood and all those very, very dark things, and they have to stop. So it's like, yet there is certain time, notwithstanding the very dark things, there is people that there is a certain mourning period about this third dimensional world that we need to do, knowing that it will be replaced by fourth or fifth dimensional level of reality. But the truth will be very shocking. It's even shocking to us when we realize the scope of reality. And so understanding there's only one heart and we all live within the heart of God, and within that we are able to experience all that is, or anything that God provides for us. But if and when the prime creator decided it is the time, it's like the deity absolute, the great one, the supreme being, decided it is the time, then there will be no more choices. Everybody will have to stand before the great light. And so then there will be that just will be it, and everything will change from one day to the next. If there is a last judgment, it is final. But God is patient, and we have to we are required to learn the same patience as the Creator, which is not as easy because God experiences the whole, and we only experience one little aspect of everything that's relative to our own life. There is 3 waves of ascension into the 5th dimension. That were, all those who have traversed the 4th dimension, face the shadows within, who have opened themselves to the world of energy. There is like 3 waves of ascension. And we'll be in assistance to those who are moving from 3rd to 4th dimension, all the collective humanity. At some point, there's going to be a separation between. There are some that will stay in 3D. There is a lot of them that are going to move in 4D. But this moving into 4D will require that we assist a lot, because they're going to need a lot of psychological therapy help. And that's why many people are being guided to energy work, to become healers, to work with natural healing and all that, regardless of what the matrix is trying to censor about that. It's like we follow the heart and just follow. So we're all being prepared, because there's going to be a lot of assistance are going to be needed, and traditional therapy will not work. It's not going to work, the psychoanalysis and all that. So, but all the traumas have to be experienced, understood, and released. Even if we don't understand everything, as with forgiveness, we are able to the memory, the judgment. Judgment is a very immature type of things. So it's like we have to go beyond judgment, because God does not judge; He just loves. And so it's like we stay in duality. As long as we judge, we stay in duality, and so all the memories have to be integrated. We had thousands of past lives on this planet, and we were slaves, we were kings, we died burned, we died in drowning, we tried every death, we tried every position in the social realm. So now we should be ready to. Of course, there may still be attachment, and my soul, for instance, is like, I'm not completely free to just move into the higher planes of spirit, which I can achieve, I can attain. My consciousness, I've attained them. Very high level of spiritual consciousness, and acquired some wonderful connections, but I am bound to my earth life, and so it's very important to balance out relationships, ideas, plans, and all that. And so it's like follow your own heart, and it's very important to remove the fear of the unknown. A lot of people will be moving from 3rd to 4th dimension, and they will have no clue how to deal with that. So because it's going to be completely unknown. So it is for all our beliefs will be challenged. It's very important not to. There is a lot of what so-called spiritual leaders or religious leaders or political leaders that are actually inferior in consciousness than those who are following them. So it doesn't really work anymore. And all beliefs are being challenged to be released, to be replaced by the truth, a higher truth. And so it is. So it's very realize you are the I am. You are the creator. You are the God of all creation. And so you want to be humble, because this consciousness is far greater than anything we can ever dream or suspect. So it's very, very, very high level of integration that is being asked. For this world is coming out of millenniums of spiritual darkness, and there should be no regret about living this dark matrix. For this dark matrix will be replaced by a light matrix, physical matrix. For this world is very rich in many ways, but it's very poor in spirit. So it's like now the collective soul is being activated. Everybody with this will have to deal with it in its own way. And what we ask is to be able to achieve the soul mastery, the eternity and infinity of our soul. As we live in dense physical matter, eventually we move into the acceptance of the integration of the invisible world. And so we connect to our soul, our monad, our guides, the company of heaven. And so and then we move into this quantum reality where everything is expanded, our consciousness, even the space in the atoms are expanded, and as they crystallize, eventually we're going to accelerate our consciousness to the frequency of light, which at point we're going to activate our light body, and all the electrons will turn into photons. But that means that when we're physically ready to ascend our physicality, so first we have to ascend our consciousness. We need to purify our chakras so they can spin faster, they can receive more light, and then the pillar of light will descend. And so we need to fuse, to merge, to vibrate with the frequency of light eventually. And the more we are able to feel those moments of bliss, of contentment, of like to be they come as they come, but there is this moment of connection, of realization, of understanding, and the more we are that, the more there are signs that we're getting closer to our full ascension. And so I hope you enjoyed those times. And it's like the hard times will eventually end. So it's like we don't want to live in the past. The song I'm going to sing is all about that. Shame to those who live in the past, glory to those who are creating a new future. And yet there is no need for judgment in that relationship. Everybody's doing the best they can, and as we did the best we could. Sometimes I look back in my life, I say, well, I could have done better there, but I guess not. I did the best I could given the situation. I have to accept, and once the lesson is integrated, to know that the past has led you to this point of freedom. I know my hour will soon come. In the meantime, I thank you so much for your support. Very soon, it's like the party's gonna start. The card of the day is a step ahead. To be able to have precognition, to already have through your intuition, to know a few things that are coming, that comes down from your soul, through your dreams, through your meditations, through your creativity, and to be able to rely on others to support you, as well as supporting those things that have value, the people that you don't want to bring the burden of people to remove their own burden. That's what in the way I feel the Christ, he did that. Everybody he met, he removed their karma and burden, but he ended up, it's like, on the cross. It's like, maybe he did too much, but his mission was successful nevertheless, and we thank him so very much for his love, for his assistance, for his blessings, for his guidance. And so I'm going to pull a card from the Akash. The Akash is very essential. It is the sum of all our memory. We access it through our DNA. We access it through our God self. We access it through the holes of the Amenti. There is many ways to access the Akash. It is within our blood. And here we have the Celtics, which is the reconnection to nature, and also life that we had when we lived in those dimensions of time. I'm going to pull a few more cards here. The highest wisdom is the lessons and good deed. We integrate the lessons, and then we will be able to harvest the fruits. For the fruits of education, I'm not sure which philosopher was saying that, but the fruits of education are bitter, but once we get them, they're sweet. It's like acquiring education is really bitter, but the fruits are very sweet. What we need to understand is biblical. There is a path that is designed, a divine plan that is designed. What we need to do is put an end to the war and battle within ourselves, to make peace with all those parts of ourselves, and the outcome is the scribe or the writer. For it is very important to write down, to write to yourself, talk to yourself in writing, and write spontaneously. Let your energy flow. For what we need to do is not only put an end to the war and battles, but to free ourselves from all indoctrination. Here it's called imprisonment and slavery. We need to decondition ourselves, and to let go of all the wishes, all the contracts that we made in the past that no longer have function, that ties us to this third dimension. Although they are soul contracts that we want to fulfill, and for that we need to follow the inner light. It's called spirituality or religion. Continue to follow that inner light. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to sing a little song and then pull a few cards. And it's a song very much about inspire us. It's from Stevie Wonder to let go of the past and to embrace the future. It's called Pastime Paradise. 3, 4. They've been spending most their life living in a pastime paradise. They've been wasting most their times glorifying the days long gone behind. They've been wasting most their days in remembrance of ignorance, oldest praise, Tell me who of them will come to be? How many of them are you and me? Dispensation, race relation, consolation, segregation, dispensation, isolation, exploitation, mutilation, miscreation, confirmation to the evils of the world. They've been spending most their life living in a future paradise. They've been spending most their life living in a future paradise. They've been looking in their minds for the days of sorrows lost from times. They've been keeping telling of the day when the Savior of love will come to stay. Tell me who of them will come to be? How many of them are you and me? Proclamation of race relation, consolation, integration, verification of revelation, acclamation, world salvation, vibration, simulation, confirmation to the peace of the world. They've been living all their life, living in a pastime paradise. They've been living all their life, living in a future paradise. They've been spending most their time in remembrance of the, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, living in the pastime paradise. Let's start living out our life, living in a future paradise. Praise to our life, living in a future paradise. Shame to anyone's life, living in a pastime paradise. Sorry, it's like because when I take my notes, sometimes I just I don't have the space, so I just time two and arrows, and it's like I'm gonna get more organized when I do that. Eventually, learn the songs. But really, it's a really beautiful song, and I even like the Gangster Paradise. They asked the permission of Stevie Wonder to create this rap song on the Gangster Paradise. For there's all kinds of paradise. Everybody can find his ideal level of reality. For the gangsters, I will have to face, there is no violence and brutality will be allowed in the new world. The observer of the day is the intuition. We have to continue to follow our intuition. Very, very important. The highest wisdom is purification. What we need to understand is hope. Although there is no need to hope because we can rely on certainty that it will happen. You know, what we seek, it will happen. And so it's like eventually we're going to move beyond that. What we need to do is healing, to bring self-healing and to bring healing into the world. We don't need to fix the world. We don't need to save the world. We just need to heal it, to allow, to bring this healing so that people can actually... We also have need of healing. We also need, with all our past, all our experiences, and that is the solution that is coming. It will be the key and the outcome. The solution will manifest itself. And I'm going to pull one more card with the archangels to see the card of the day. I pulled one today of this guy, and I had the stars, the end of the difficulty, the dreams that is coming through. And here we have the 8 of Gabriel. She's really flying in the sky. She's really flying in the sky with all those owls, and she say a lot abundant activities. The result will not be long in coming. Communicating is primordial. So continue to communicate and communicate your truth. Make the calls if necessary, and just do not be shy. Just be bold. Be audacious. And then if you feel like you made a mistake, that's okay. You learn from the mistake. You can always ask for forgiveness. But it's better to try something and fail than wonder what would have happened if we tried it. So just. Do not be intimidated, but sometimes it's like everybody is just this. All humans are exactly the same. They think, some of them think they're so much higher, and some of them have superiority complex, and others are very inferiority complex. So just we're gonna have to bring it into a leverage alignment, because we're all the same. We're all one in the eyes of God, and that's why Islam is very, very, very powerful religion, because God explains. We all, whether you're rich, you're poor, you're small, you're big, you're a woman or a man, you're only children in the eyes of God, all the same. So just continue to enjoy that, continue to cultivate this sense of connection to your creator, whichever way creator can be recognized, the Father, Mother, God, the One, the Paradise Trinity, whichever way. And for that we have guides, we have archangels, we have the Christ, we have all the ascended masters. There is all kinds of assistants. Just call on them; they will respond. The veils are thinning now, and so just get ready to enjoy the ride. Thank you so very much. Namaste.